What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Girls, and welcome back with another video. And I look here, man. Today, we got the most overrated form in Dragon Ball.
Super Saiyan 3 is a bad transformation.
What?
Don't leave an angry comment or a death threat yet. Just hear me
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Super Saiyan 3 is fire. It's just not my favorite. I gotta go to 4.
out. The first thing that I have to make clear is if you think Super Saiyan 3 looks cool, I agree. In the anime, at least. The manga was hit and miss for me. Speaking of the manga,
okay, I ain't gonna lie. He chopped though.
I want to be clear, my focus really is on Dragon Ball's manga, and by extension, the manga-accurate portions of Dragon Ball Z. So, the non-canon Dragon Ball Z movies, those are fine with me. If anything, Super Saiyan 3 is cooler in the two Dragon Ball
Super
Z
Saiyan
movies
3 in the movies
any other time
is
in the series.
crazy.
So if those are your reasons for
Him
liking
versus
Super
Janemba,
Saiyan 3,
yes,
great.
sir.
I love that for you. But in terms of the story of Dragon Ball, it's a really big miss for me, and I think I can explain why in 3 points. And more importantly, I want to end this with how I think Super Saiyan 3 could have been better used. I don't want this to be all negative. Let's start with character.
I feel like he should have had more animosity in that form. You feel me? He could have been more ferocious with it.
Assassination. I think we all know by the time of the Buu saga, Toriyama was getting tired of Dragon Ball and seemed to start having a more cynical outlook on Goku as a character. This is especially clear as the arc progresses. Goku starts the arc as someone who's willing to sacrifice his one day on Earth in order to protect the planet from an unknown threat. He's constantly trying to make sure that Buu isn't revived, and despite being lighthearted about Babidi's weaker minions, he continues this seriousness through the Majin Vegeta encounter and even his limited time on the lookout after he wakes up from Vegeta's sucker punch. There, he's even surprisingly strict when he's training Goten and Trunks to fuse. He's not playing around.
Exactly. I love it when he locked in. It's cool to play around, but dying. We gotta tee up. Like, this ain't no joke no more.
By Goku revealing he has Super Saiyan 3, since the form could have stopped Buu from being revived in the first place. Some people seem to think that Goku using Super Saiyan 3 would have given more energy to Buu's revival, but that's just wrong. Buu doesn't just collect power from the air or whatever those people think. He specifically gets energy from fighters that aren't Babidi's minions being damaged. This is why Pui Pui and Yakone getting killed didn't help to revive Buu. The energy only comes from the damage they deal, not the damage they take. That's why Goku says he wants to end the fight with Majin Vegeta quickly at full power. He's taking the threat of Buu seriously. Oh, did you catch that? Yeah, read it again real quick. Goku's supposedly fighting at full power here. Super Saiyan 3 makes Goku a massive liar in retrospect, and not just one little lie to Vegeta either. He lies to Piccolo about being unable to beat Buu at all, to then simply being unsure if he can beat Buu as a Super Saiyan 3, which is a bit better, though it doesn't solve the Vegeta issue. Goku explains that he didn't use Super Saiyan 3 against Majin Vegeta because of the time limit, but if he was able to bounce Buu around like a paddle ball long enough for Trunks to get the Dragon Radar, I think
he could have did Vegeta so crazy. He could have ended the fight in, what, 2 minutes flat. He was like, nah, I'm gonna let bro get his one. He had to respect the prince. He's still his prince.
He had more than enough time to knock out Majin Vegeta. Then later, Goku flat out brags he could have beaten Buu when he first fought him, but chose not to. Not even pretending there was doubt anymore like he did to Piccolo earlier on. It's insane when you compare this arrogant Goku, who's about to not beat Kid Buu, by the way, after the Earth was destroyed and all of the people he loves were killed, to Goku at the beginning of the arc, who's more concerned about the potential of this threat than his one precious day on Earth. I think you could see Toriyama's cynical view of Goku evolving over the course of this story, and ultimately it hurts Goku as a character, and it's all rooted in Super Saiyan 3 existing as a form for Goku. Like, imagine Goku was strong enough to beat Cell in the Cell games and just chose not to. That would suck, and people would cry about it even more than they already do with the Senzu Bean. The reason Goku fights Cell first is to see if he can beat Cell. Why did you do that? I still don't like. I understand you thought Gohan was that the greatest to ever be born. Nobody can even step to him. You gave birth to the prodigy, but still, he's 11 years old. He has a human mother, which means he has human emotions. You, as his father, should know that more than anybody else. Without having to rely on Gohan. If he could have won, he would have won. And he says as much to Gohan. It's powerful when Goku gives up. It affirms to us that Gohan is the sole chance for Earth to survive, because we already saw how everyone couldn't begin to compare themselves to how strong Goku was. It's not just Goku making a risky choice to gamble on the next generation that seems completely out of character when compared to his actions in the beginning of the arc. Speaking of the Cell Saga, let's go to point number 2, regression. I want you to think back to when Trunks fights Perfect Cell. He uses Super Saiyan I'm not gonna lie. Sacrificing.
This video production is amazing. Like, am I tripping or was put together very well.
Mobility and speed for power, to the point that in the manga, Trunks never lands a single hit on Cell while he's in this form.
I didn't even know that.
It's explicitly to show Trunks' inexperience and naivety.
I gotta watch
especially
Dragon
since
Ball
the fight
again. I
is
might have to read the
interlaced
manga.
with scenes showing what's happening in the time chamber. Goku learns Super Saiyan Grade 2 and Grade 3 extremely quickly, but as fast as he learns them, he sees their obvious weaknesses that limit their overall effectiveness. This is not just about the speed loss from Super Saiyan Grade 3 either. Grade 2 also suffers from consuming too much energy. These forms are just inefficient, gaining power in exchange for a very obvious downside. This is why Super Saiyan 2 is actually really interesting. It's a more powerful Super Saiyan form that seemingly doesn't have these issues. It is truly the form to surpass the Super Saiyan wall, an efficient and powerful evolution of Super Saiyan. So why the fuck is Super Saiyan 3 like this? The Super Saiyan grades exist as a warning.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 3 is just like an explosion of raw talent, but you on a very limited time.
Of them, even if they're supposedly useless, they further the narrative. They lead to something better. Meanwhile, Super Saiyan 3 is the final Super Saiyan form of the original manga, and it just reintroduces some of these obvious flaws without having a greater purpose. I've said this before, so I won't harp on it too much, but
swag,
you could just not have Super
like swag though. You gotta think about it.
Saiyan 3 in the Buu saga, and things
I
don't
gave up my
actually
eyebrows just to
I'm not
beat
saying
your
that characters like Buu stay as strong as they are, as this would obviously require a rewrite and not a simple what if, but would it be so bad if Goku stalled Buu in a more creative way? Would Gotenks be less cool if he was just a Super Saiyan 2 instead? Actually, we'll get back to Gotenks in a bit. The form just feels so forced, especially considering how it gets no foreshadowing, and with Goku lying, it actually gets anti-foreshadowing. Super Saiyan is foreshadowed by the legend that's repeated over the course of an entire arc.
Why is that
Super
crazy?
Saiyan 2 is foreshadowed by both Gohan's hidden potential and the hunt for a form that would surpass the Super Saiyan wall. Super Saiyan 3 gets none of that. It just shows up only to get almost immediately overshadowed.
But did you watch the anime episode?
While Super Saiyan 3 has a cool introduction, it doesn't really do much. And when I say it doesn't do much, I'm not just talking about winning fights either. It just isn't that present in most of the series, and it's honestly replaced by other new things pretty quickly. The first is fusion. Like I said, Super Saiyan 2 Gotenks would have been fine, and Vegito doesn't even use anything besides regular Super Saiyan, but he's such a beast and a fan favorite. And
if Vegito went Super Saiyan 2, he would have did Super Buu crazy. Like he already violated, but he would have did him crazy.
Anyway, honestly, I just think more people like Vegito than Super Saiyan 3, but maybe I'm out of touch.
Yeah, that's
let me know in the comments. But let's not forget the other new form of the arc, Ultimate. Now, I'm sure the Dragon Ball movies
this form never made sense to me as
Super Saiyan 3 as the better form, but narratively, even if it's a bit redundant, Gohan having untapped hidden power and getting an efficient transformation to access that power with is way better than the problems Super Saiyan 3 causes for Goku's character in this arc. And more importantly, Gohan continues to use his ultimate form while Super Saiyan 3 makes seemingly no progress. In Super, we're instantly shown that Super Saiyan 3 is far behind the powers that Goku will face in this story with a flick heard around the world. It was on King Kai's planet though, so I guess it wasn't that hard to hear. The God forms obviously go on to replace Super Saiyan 3 as well, but even worse, in the anime's version of the Tournament of Power, it's heavily implied that Super Saiyan 3 is far less efficient than even Super Saiyan God in Goku's fight with Kale and Caulifla. Honestly, Caulifla, if you're watching this, give up on Super Saiyan 3. There are better forms available. Hell, Goku doesn't even use it when using all of his transformations against Jiren in the anime. This isn't even just a canon thing either. In GT, we see Super Saiyan 3 twice, once without a tail and once with. The idea was Goku having a tail would make him strong enough to beat Baby, but nope, he gets Super Saiyan 4 instead because Super Saiyan 3
bro. I'm trying not to glaze, but look how he looking at me. He's just so masculine.
3 can't do shit. It's so funny to think Super Saiyan 3 had one chance to get—
Hold up, DoorDash is here. One sec. Sorry, couldn't help myself. I love Kava.
Pretty notable W, beating Buu in Goku's first fight with him, but instead he chooses to let the kids handle it, and even with them using Super Saiyan 3, they don't manage to do it either. Something I think of as Goku's greatest failure, but even ignoring Goten and Trunks being failures, I
would say his greatest failure is almost getting the whole world exploded because he thought Gohan was gonna be like that. He's a child, Goku.
think they're the best way to use Super Saiyan 3. Like I've been explaining, most of the reasons to dislike Super Saiyan 3 narratively are Goku-centric. But Goten and Trunks don't have that same baggage. Instead of them copying Super Saiyan 3, why not have them discover it? It may sound dumb, but having the inexperienced kids discover a form that increases their power at the cost of efficiency makes way
I ain't gonna lie, he cooking now. He's actually cooking. I was hating at first, but he's cooking. Hold up now.
more sense. Gotenks is already a gag-heavy character, so this could be a classic Toriyama gag scene too. And the setup is already baked into the manga. We see that after a week of training in the time chamber, Goten and Trunks are exhausted as—
It's because y'all be studying the anime, but most of these YouTubers really be coming up with some of the best theories.
Talk about achieving a level beyond Super Saiyan. Cut the part of them explaining the stamina and fusion time limit issues for now. Then imagine we didn't know about Super Saiyan 3 yet. You'd think they meant Super Saiyan 2. Eventually, they would get betrayed and trapped in the time chamber, only to then reveal their new form, Super Saiyan 3, and its power blows Piccolo away. He really thinks they can beat Buu now. Meanwhile, Goku is watching them from the realm of the Kaioshin with Elder Kai's crystal ball. While Supreme Kai and Kibito are in awe of Gotenks' power, Goku is a bit skeptical. The fight with Super Buu plays out the same, still ending with Gotenks losing the form and defusing early, explaining then that they knew about this weakness and decided to use it anyway. There's no regression, no character assassination, and not nearly as much of an issue with overshadowing, since the form is supposed to be bad. It also leaves Gotenks an exclusive form to build off of in the future that would be entirely his own.
They just
in the
didn't
same way,
master it. The same way you gotta master every other form. You had to master Super Saiyan 1. You had to master Super Saiyan 2. You had to master Ultra Instinct. You had to master God form. Every form in Dragon Ball, you have to master it. Goku just didn't put the work in. That's all it was. He didn't need to put the work in, because by the time he was about to put the work in, he got a whole new damn transformation.
Now, so if the Buu Saga really needed Super Saiyan 3, I think it should have been a Gotenks exclusive form. But it wasn't, so it sucks. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you so very much for watching.
We can retire the form. I'm fine with that, as long as they bring back Super Saiyan 4. Anyways, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more anime reactions.